Hello everybody, welcome back. Today's block is a week late. Sorry for that. It is called Pantry Goods from Grandma's Kitchen Challenge, hosted by Sloan. It's block 17. It's a pretty quick one, and I'm not going to add the extra borders on this one. I might do that for the next one. That actually is supposed to be tomorrow, but it's also going to be late coming from me. I had a very busy week, so it's just where I'm at. So for that, I took you have 4 bigger squares, and you're going to take and match them up, 2 of your medium and 2 of your light. And I just drew my lines down. I just used this OmniGrid 1/2 inch ruler. I laid it with the yellow corner to corner, and then I drew a line on either side, and then I sewed down those lines. I do know that you can do one line and draw a 1/4 inch on each side. I prefer this way. I encourage you to try them all and do what you like. Now I'm just going to iron these open. Both sides are about the same, but we're going to iron to the one that's considered medium. And now we're going to trim these down. To trim them down, I just lay my diagonal line. Just line it up with that diagonal, with my seam line. And I want to make sure I have enough on all 4 sides. So we'll trim that off. And then we spin it around. And this time we line up the diagonal line again and the measurement you want it to be. For this particular one, it's coming to 2.5. So we're going to line up our 2.5 point sides and diagonal. And since I've trimmed all 4 sides, that gives me a perfect half square triangle. Now we're going to just do this one real quick and then assemble the block. I did finish my sampler quilt just today. It's the first time I've gotten to sew all week. So, or all last week too, I guess. We're going to lay this out the way it goes according to the picture. But I have to move this up so you can see my block instead of her picture. I also attached my last row to the first 3. We're just going to lay these out. And these are our 4 corners and our center. And then these will go with your medium to the center. It makes I believe that block is called a shoe fly. I could be wrong. So how I'm going to do this is I'm going to sew the middle simultaneously sewing these. So I'm going to sew these 2. I'm going to sew all the way down. These 2, then these 2, and these 2. And then I'm going to grab this and sew this and this one before I move on to these. So I'll take you with me for that. For the first half at least. Also, this on my machine is part of my brown bag mystery quilt. I'm behind on it too. I know, surprise. We'll see how it goes. I thought I'd sew a little bit on it while I'm doing this. I actually haven't done clues 3 or 4, and they're both out now. So I'm really behind. But I've got 2 weeks to catch up. I'm actually just going to do the top one, because I think I can use that space for or I think I might space. Sheesh. I think I'll use the bottom one to get my next set off. So let's grab these and head back over. Now we'll do this another day. And I'm actually not going to I'm going to iron these to the white. And I don't know what I was going to say on that other part. Or I'm not going to cut them. That's what I was going to say. Whew. been a long week. So now we lay this back. And now they're attached, so it's going to be a little more difficult for me, but not too much. I'm just going to hold this one and pull them over as I get to the next one. But you'll see. So we're going to just do one. And you got to be careful not to get your rest or your others. Grab the next one. Might be a little more awkward for me to line it up since it's already partway up under there, but that's okay. And then the last one. Now I'll take my bottom one and put it on there. Oh, I didn't cut it. Oh, yeah, that's right. So I cut this off. No, my bobbin ran out. I didn't sew any of that. How sad is that? Not one of them. Let me change that and I'll be right back. Okay, I got us right back to where we were. That goes there. These, again, I'm going to iron to the white. Not ideal, but it's the best I've got. And let me... Oh, I can't do it that way. I can do it this way, though. So now, make sure it's right, especially when you have a mishap. Let me move that. Get it out of the way. Alright, so now we're just going to fold this down, and since it's still mostly attached and hooked at the seams, it should go pretty nicely. I'm going to just do one because they're small, and if I fold the other one, I might clip this one. So let's go sew this one, and then I'm also going to grab this to get it off of there. The next one, the last of the top. So we are going to iron this. We're going to iron these to the white or the pink. I'll redo the other one. This one I'm going to iron to the middle because they're all straight, no seams, and then I'll fold this one down. Grab my other pin cushion to lay back here. I usually have one in both spots. I'll go sew it, and then I'll do this bottom one here also. So let's redo this. and sew them to, or iron them to the darker side. And this to the middle. Oh my goodness, look at that. We will redo that. Huh. That looks terrible. We're going to redo the whole part of it, the whole thing. Well. Okay. Well, that stayed together, so that's cool. Let's try it from this side. All right. And right here. And I'm actually going to iron this open so I can attach my other piece when I get to it. I'm going to make one of these. I'm really just trying to eyeball it. I'm not much of a perfectionist, because if I was, I would never do anything, really. Okay. Let's see what we're made of now. That looks a little crooked. Iron this to the middle. I'm just gonna snip that little bit off. Okay, so now I have to just sew both these sides down. So we're gonna head back over and do that. I am going to pop a pin in the end of it here, just enough to hold it, and then I'll hold the rest. Let's just do another one. If I gotta rip two, I gotta rip two. I bought the brown bag mystery at what we'll call a semi-local quilt shop. It is about an hour, maybe an hour and a half away. You guys see it? I sewed it wrong. I'm gonna fix that. I'm gonna fix it and I'll be right back. Okay, I fixed it and I went ahead and added my last side. So now we're going to just fold this down. I'm going to put pins at both seams and the end. Actually, I'm going to put one in the middle too. Seems like a pretty far stretch. And what the heck? We'll do the beginning. And I'm going to do them both at the same time. Because I'm just going to pop it around. I'm not going to cut this one off. And then there are some borders to this. I don't know if I said this or not, but I'm not going to do them in this one. I might do them in the next one, which also will be late, and I think I said that. I didn't put one in the middle there. Whoops. So I am going to just pull it around. I've done it a few times on videos. So I just didn't want to pull or run another piece through because it's so close together that it won't make a difference. We will put another one on here, and at least I'll have one of the blocks done. It's not exactly how she did the tutorial, but I've been sewing long enough that I know what I like, so I'm just gonna do it my way. But again, I do encourage people to try all different avenues, because if you don't try it, you don't know what you like. Plus, you might try one way and then get discouraged and then be like, no, I don't like that. But you could like it if you just try it a different way. Now we'll iron these open. And there it is. And again, there's two little blocks up here and one on the side. I'll show you eventually. But there it is. It is called Pantry Goods. I do apologize. It is late. But such is life. So I hope you enjoyed the tutorial. I hope you're making it and loving it. And I will see you all next time. Have a great day.